Do you love Chip and Company podcast? Be sure to head over to chipandco.com for even more Disney Parks news, entertainment, and review podcasts. Chip and Company has been delivering the best in Disney news, planning tips, and more since 2009. Now you can get your news in an audio-only format all week long. Every Monday, join Mark and Greg for Diz Life Podcast and start your week off the right way by living your best Disney life. Tuesday is our news and review podcast discussing the latest breaking news from the Walt Disney Corporation. Every Wednesday, we're discussing the best of Disney parks with Chip and Greg. Join Bondo, Miriam, Tinker J, and Mark Andrada every single Thursday for We Like Theme Parks. And every Friday, join Mark and Greg on And Company as we break down the top headlines of the week. Fellow fans unite with Mark Adams and Bryan Lee on United We Fan, the podcast, now at its new home here on the Chip and Company Podcast Network. Get that extra dose of Disney in your weekly commute, your time on the treadmill, or even just relaxing around the house. So stop what you're doing and smash that subscribe button to be a part of the best podcast network in the Disney community. We hope that you enjoyed today's podcast, and thank you for being a part of our podcast family.
Hello, fellow fans. I'm Mark. United with me is my co-host, the quick-witted Bryan. What up, Bryan?
Not quick-witted enough. Hey, everyone.
Welcome, everyone, to United We Fan, the podcast, currently on the Chip and Company Podcast Network. Thank you again for this new home. On the last episode, Bryan and I reviewed Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Bryan, since then, is it getting better, stayed the same, maybe not as much of a fan of it?
Stayed the same. I like it.
Yep, I can't wait to see it again, which I think is a great sign. On this week's episode, Bryan and I will be picking 10 each, our favorite comedic scenes from sitcoms, as United We Fan starts now.
All right, let's do this one last time.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Football is life.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
X never, ever marks the spot.
Is Star Wars the one with the little wizard boy?
This is the way.
Avengers! Assemble.
Ah, chills. Literal chills.
Hello, fans. Thank you all for uniting with us as we talk about all things fandom. Please give us a rate or review wherever you listen so we can unite with more fans out there. Speaking of fans, Bryan, we had some fans reach out to us about our Indiana Jones episode and also some recent episodes. Mary, listener, thank you for messaging and listening, agrees with you that the Sean Bean comparisons for Mads when it comes to Indiana Jones.
Mary and I are often on the same page. I like that. Mary loves the Princess Bride like I do.
God, I love the Princess Bride. We need a Princess Bride episode. So good. I do not think this word means what you think it means. Thank you, Mary, for reaching out. I honestly, when you told me that, it blew my mind. Did I also go home and watch National Treasure after you said that? Yes, I did. So, did you watch the show?
The National Treasure show? No, I did not. And maybe I'm the reason why it didn't get renewed for season 2.
No, I think I'm also part of the problem. So that's fine. Mary, thank you for listening. We also got Katie. She messaged us, big fan of the show. She said she just loves how it feels like friends talking in a break room or just hanging out, talking about nerd stuff. And it's just an easy, fun show to listen to. So thank you for that. We appreciate it.
Don't break the facade we got going on here, Mark. Everybody thinks we're actually friends when really we're just podcast co-hosts.
It's true.
No, we're great friends. Of course, that's exactly what we want the podcast to be. Is it's two friends just messing around, and we're happy you guys are here for the ride. So thank you so much for that.
I mean, I did try to get Bryan to do a team building activity with red string. It's called the lasso red string effect, but Bryan was too good for that. But
that's probably not even the first time we're going to discuss that, or it's not the only time we'll discuss that today.
Ooh, foreshadowing. Thank you, fans. If you would like to message us, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. So please do so. We love hearing from you, and we appreciate you listening. Without you, it would just be Bryan and I nerding out to our microphones. So thank you. In Mark and Bryan's World News, starting up, Bryan, did you know that there is a Batman Forever director's cut out there?
A Joel Schumacher director's cut?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
It is out there. It is being seen. Kevin Smith and other nerds have seen it.
So is it newly? It's like newly seen? Like it just like made its way out there? Because Joel Schumacher, no offense or bad news, isn't he no longer with us?
Yes, he's no longer with us, sadly. But Warner Brothers, they assembled his director's cut, and they've shown it. Of course, I haven't really heard too many things about it. I haven't heard it's bad. It's definitely longer. And it kind of goes deeper into the characters' backstories. So I guess it goes from less summer Batman blockbuster popcorn flick to more, I don't want to say Christopher Nolan Batman level, but I maybe they were trying to go for that. But yeah, would you watch it?
Okay, Batman Forever is George Clooney. Maybe that's why it's coming out. George Clooney.
That's Batman and Robin.
Oh, Val Kilmer is Batman Forever.
Womp womp, Marvel guy.
Well, I'm trying to remind myself who the villain is in Batman Forever.
The Riddler and Two-Face.
Okay. Because I knew it was not Ice, but for some reason I thought Iceman and the Riddler shared the screen together, but no.
I'm afraid that my condition has left me cold to your pleas of mercy.
So it's Iceman, Bane, Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin. But Batman Forever is Jim Carrey as the Riddler and Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face.
Yes.
And Val Kilmer.
Yes.
No bat nipples.
No. There's bat nipples in it.
Oh, good.
That's where it started.
Ah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Batman Forever in a long time. All I know is I don't like Batman Returns.
Things I did not have on this topic for my bingo card was bat nipples. I did not expect that.
That's what I'm here for.
Well, if it ever sees the light of day, I will happily watch Batman Forever, the director's cut, and let you know how it is. Speaking of DC, Superman casting for, come on, Brian, who's directing and making it?
Oh, my man, James Gunn, Superman Legacy.
So we got David Cornsweet. Oh, God, I'm so sorry if I butchered your name.
No. You got it exactly correct. His name is Cornsweet. What a bad life that guy has. Hornswoggle.
Brian, I'm getting so much better. He was in the Netflix show Hollywood, which I enjoyed, and he was in the horror flick Pearl, which got great reviews. I'm excited for his casting. I trust in James Gunn. So he's never casted any of his films wrong. So go with it. He also casted Rachel Brosnahan.
You're on your own here. I don't know her at all.
She's from Marvelous Miss Maisel. And which I haven't seen. It's in my queue, so sorry for all you Marvelous Miss Maisel, Mrs. Maisel fans out there. I'm so sorry. She was also in the Marky Mark film Patriots Day, which I had seen. She was good in that. So I am more than happy with this casting, and of course, I will be there as a Superman fan. I can't wait.
You have me thinking: has James Gunn ever miscast anybody? And I've gone back to Matthew Lillard as Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo films, and I think you're right. James Gunn nails just about every casting he does.
Yep.
Matthew Lillard as Shaggy might be his best casting ever.
Yep. For all you fans out there, that's right. James Gunn did write the Scooby-Doo movie.
Almost the same as the Suicide Squad.
Oh, jeez. Let's see here. Sticking with our comic book fans, Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is getting some Best Picture talk. It's on a lot of people's prediction list as we are halfway through the year. I think it will get a Best Picture nomination and not just the Best Animated win. Brian?
Is the only animated feature film to even be nominated for a Best Picture Oscar is Beauty and the Beast, and it won, correct?
No, and no.
It didn't win?
No, it didn't win. It was nominated, rightfully so. Toy Story 3 has been nominated, and Up have been nominated.
Okay, so Beauty and the Beast was first.
Yes.
It'll be the first non-Disney animated film nominated for Best Picture.
So this will be the first.
Interesting. I love that movie.
Yep.
And I can't wait so I can watch it whenever I want to.
Yep, me too. I pre-ordered the Art of Making book. I'm very excited for that.
A little news in Spider-Verse as well. Beyond the Spider-Verse is currently slated for March of 2024. I'm just going to tell people now that ain't going to happen. Like, that's not going to happen. So just prep yourselves now. but whenever Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out, it's going to be worth the wait, but it's not happening in 7 months or 9 months or whatever was the original plan. So just prep yourselves now. That's just me speculating, and I'm going to be right. And I'm going to tell you I'm right.
I think it'll either be a year later or it'll be December of next year.
December, I'm thinking like 26. Like I think we might even have to skip 2 years. It might be 25 or December of 24, but I'm leaning more towards 26, like the same break we had between these two.
Which I'm good with. You know, I'm of the generation where we had at least 3 years between sequels.
Right.
So,
get it right. Wait, getting it right is way more important than getting it out.
Agreed. Bryan, we're in the month of July, and we got 4 big movies coming out this month. I want you to rank them in order of excitement to see them. We have Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Mission Impossible 7 Part 1. Part 7 Part 1.
Barbie, Oppenheimer, and The Haunted Mansion. Rank them in excitement.
Mission Impossible 1, Haunted Mansion 2, 3A, Oppenheimer, 3B, Barbie.
I'm close. Barbie's my number 3, and then Oppenheimer's my number 4.
Yeah, Haunted Mansion, they showed a new trailer before that I had not seen before Indy. And that movie, like Lakeith Stanfield is amazing. Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka's coming. I can't wait. Like everything about Haunted Mansion, like Jared Leto as the Hatbox Ghost, which now it makes a lot more sense that the Haunted Mansion at Magic Kingdom's getting a Hatbox Ghost. Just so good. But the scene they show in the trailer of Lakeith Stanfield and Danny DeVito like describing the Hatbox Ghost, and the guy draws it, and he's like, "Did you just draw that right now?" It's so funny.
I think my favorite's when he's walking down the hallway and the picture keeps changing like it does on the ride, and he's like, "Nope." Yes, I think July's gonna be a great month.
I think it's gonna be better than the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion film.
Whoa.
This is where you come out and tell me it's your guilty pleasure, huh?
That's a hot take, Brian. No. I do remember when I got to see like an advanced screening of it, but no, Eddie Murphy, that movie just missed a lot. So, but no, I'm excited. I think July's gonna be a great month. It's definitely going to be hard for this person who loves to see movies multiple times. July's gonna be a hard month. Let's see here. We got Broadway news, since Bryan is now a Broadway kid. I'm just gonna put that in the universe. Back to the Future, the musical has left, or no, it's still playing in the UK, but now it has debuted in New York City.
Hey, you might not know this. A little Broadway trivia for you.
Oh.
Did you know that Broadway in London is called the West End? I'm learning.
I am very proud of you. I hope Mark over at DisLife is also very proud of you. I'm sure he is.
That's the only reason I know. Mark took me to Broadway, and I just asked like the most obvious of questions throughout the day.
I'm proud of you. There's a hunger there to learn. I'm proud of you. So Back to the Future, the musical, I will definitely be seeing it as soon as I can. The lines were around the block, which is great for Broadway and great for the show. Bryan, is it one that you would love to see?
I won't make a special trip to see it. I didn't even make a special trip to see Harry Potter. I just went in Rome, But side note, Beetlejuice is in Orlando right now. Did you see it?
I did see it. I saw it twice on Broadway, so I was very excited to see it again, the touring production, and just hats off, bravo. Also, bravo to the cast and the members of the Beetlejuice band and technician crew. They did a Q&A after the performance. So not only did they perform for us, bravo again, they came out and answered questions for anyone who wanted to for about 30 minutes.
To answer your question, I will not make a special trip to see Back to the Future, but if it gets an extended run next time I go to New York, that'd be the one out there right now that I want to see.
Well, Broadway producers, if you would like to invite Bryan and I from United We Fan the podcast to catch some shows, we will happily be there, and you'll get very, very different perspectives.
Yeah, you'll get the common man perspective, and then you.
Yep, and then there's me. And then, 4th of July is this week. Bryan, Random Rushmore.
The game where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Bryan, do you find yourself humming that song?
Often.
Okay, good. Not just me. All right. So it's the 4th of July week. And for all of you playing at home, Random Rushmore is to catch Bryan off guard since he's so smart. And we'll really find out if he's quick-witted or not. We're going to pick 4. Bryan, what are your 4 mainstays like you must have at a 4th of July barbecue?
You got to have a hot dog. You got to have a cheeseburger. You got to have fireworks. Does that count, or does it have to be food?
Food. We're going to stick with food.
Okay. Yeah. Cheeseburger, hot dog, baked beans, and potato chips.
Ooh. Yeah, I got to go hot dog. I'm surprised hamburger wasn't my first thought. Potato chips for sure.
I'm
Beans.
just picturing what's on the table as they run and chase the dog in the sandlot, and what Ham turns around to eat. Like, these are the things that I'm thinking in my head, and I'm going to stick with my 4.
I'm going to swap out hamburger for soda, probably a Pepsi. I don't know why. Pepsi was my first thought. Bryan, speaking of which, did you know Pepsi has a special promotion for a limited time with ketchup called Cola Chup? Cola Chup?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. It's Pepsi ketchup.
That sounds disgusting.
I will be trying it if I ever find it.
I mean, to our new audience, I don't like condiments. I eat like a 3-year-old. Baked beans, you're lucky I even put that on my list. But if I'm taking baked beans off, if we're supposed to have like a soda, like Code Red Mountain Dew, oh man, it's the greatest soft drink of all time.
At first I judged you, but I'm like, no, it's red, fireworks, 4th of July. That makes sense.
Perfect.
Makes sense. I'll go with that. But yes, 4th of July, I will be watching, my usual like Jaws, and then Captain America, of course. We did do a Captain America episode, so check out our archives. It's there. So
it was early too, so our audio quality probably not near as good.
I know. We've come a long way, friends. But yes, that's our 4th of July Random Rushmore. Bryan, thank you for playing. That concludes Mark and Bryan's World News. We hope we've kept you updated on random and all fandoms out there. Feel free to message us if we missed anything or if you're excited for any of that, and let us know what your Rushmore is. Bryan, we have a new segment. Take it away.
Today on the Disney Corner, this is where we can talk about anything Disney related that we want to, especially for our folks over at the Chip and Company Podcast Network. But Mark, we're Disney fans. We like Disney. We want to talk about what's going on at Disney. I'm steering away from Disney Plus again. I am talking specifically about Rogers the Musical, just debuted at the Hyperion Theater at Disney's California Adventure. I saw a video of the entire performance. I'm not a Broadway guy like we talked about, Mark. That one had me locked in from get-go. It was so good. I really want to see it. It's got only a run for the summer. It's supposed to end at the end of August. I have to believe it's going to either be reworked into a longer show that they actually could do something with, or it stays a lot longer, because it is... I try not to spoil myself on things like this, like attractions and stuff, because eventually I want to see it. But if it's really only there for 2 months, like, I'm not getting to Disneyland in 2 months. I had to watch it. It was so good.
The clips I've seen, I'm glad that Disneyland didn't like half butt it. They went for it.
They went for it. The set pieces, the projections, the way they work in actual comic book features, man, it was so. And obviously they used the song from Hawkeye. That's the main song. They come back to it many times. Man, it was so good. Like, it was awesome.
The clips I've seen, me being the big Cap fan, I loved it. The food looks great. You probably would see me buying a popcorn and just enjoying it. I know the lines are long, but I wouldn't even mind just watching it all day.
37-minute performance.
Yeah. But I agree with you. I hope they extend it. I won't be able to make it out there before it closes. I guess I should also admit to our new listeners that, Bryan, I haven't been to Disneyland yet. I know I'm a horrible person. I'm gonna.
You admitted that last week too, so don't worry.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna try to change that. I promise, friends. One day I will see the magic that is Disneyland. So, that's good. And then, we mentioned, speaking of Disney Corner, Haunted Mansion's coming out the end of this month. It looks great. I did enjoy the publicity photos of the cast at the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland. I thought that was a great touch for them. But let's see. Disney Plus, you're right. I mean, Secret Invasion is the big thing on there right now, not doing as well as they had hoped, which is kind of sad. But yeah. This week's episode, friends, Brian and I are going to be picking 10 each. Some of our favorite comedic scenes from sitcoms. Let us know if yours made the list. And Brian, would you like the honors of going first?
I would, because I would like to get out in front of it and tell you, like, I had this idea because I watched the scene on New Girl where they're talking about the towel.
Damn it! Everybody, bathroom now!
What's up, Dad?
What, Schmidt? Is someone playing a joke on me? Honestly, why is my towel still damp?
Because it's not your towel. It's my towel, Schmidt.
No, it's not your towel. Your towel's the red one.
I'll tell you this, pal. I've never used that. I do use that one every single day.
Oh, God.
This towel's so warm and fluffy. It's like it's been in the sun forever.
This means you two have been drying your junk with the same towel.
Intimate.
Are you out of your mind?
What do you mean am I...
How do you think this is your towel? Do you even wash it?
No, I don't wash the towel. The towel washes me. Who washes a towel?
You never wash.
You wash your towel?
You never wash the towel?
What am I going to do? Wash the shower next? Wash a bar of soap? You got to think here, pal.
I'm furious right
now. I get
now.
out of the damn shower. I'm clean as a damn baby, and I use the towel.
Let me ask you this. Have you been wearing my underpants?
Sometimes, yeah. Who cares? You guys don't wear each other's underpants. You're lying.
No.
We all wear each other's underwear.
I was like, that has to be one of the 10 funniest scenes ever. And then this turned into a holy crap. There are so many funny scenes that I have a couple of honorable mentions that I want to make sure we talk about. But then really all I did was I kind of rated my 10-1 of my favorite comedy television shows and then picked my favorite scene from there. Because if I didn't, I think my entire list would just be like Community and The Office, just all 10. So I kind of hijacked my list a little bit, and I want to give a call out to the Neverending Story song in season 3 of Stranger Things, because that is not a comedy show, but I laugh so hard every single time I watch that scene. So I wanted to make sure I got it out there.
Thank you for shouting that out. Thank you for also getting that stuck in my head now.
Do you have any honorable mentions, Mark, before I give my quick list?
I picked out some of my favorite sitcoms. I think I had about 20 on the list. I have 10 episodes. I think I have a good mix. You luckily have ones that I didn't pick on there because it was very hard to narrow it down.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
We didn't make it clear that we knew what shows the other person was picking, but we did not know which scenes the other person was picking. Just wanted to clear that up.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
The ones who didn't make it, but I wanted to give them a shout out because there is definitely a lot of comedic genius there. Just where South Park, Big Bang Theory, and Arrested Development. So big shout outs to them. But yeah, New Girl was the first one that I thought of for a comedic moment. Ready when you are.
I hope your scene wasn't the towel scene. I hope I didn't take that away from you.
No. I'm glad you brought it up though, but no.
On my honorable mention list, the show Brockmire, if just because of the very first scene when he has a breakdown about his wife on the radio call of a Kansas City Royals baseball game, I will not be inserting that clip into this show. New Girl did not make my list. Abbott Elementary was in strong contention, didn't make the top 10. Psych actually didn't make the top 10, which I was surprised by.
Come on, son.
Bluey, if you're watching Disney Plus.
Wow.
Bluey rules. Bluey's amazing. Didn't make the top 10. And I had this one in the top 10 and I took it out just because I feel like it might be recency bias. If you have not watched Jury Duty on Amazon Prime Video, I specifically want to call out the chair pants.
I was just sitting before we went off to court.
Are they crutches?
These are chair pants or chants.
Today he showed up wearing chair pants, which he calls chants to abbreviate.
Hello.
It's essentially 2 crutches.
I'll just sit here.
That he's attached to like knee pads, and then he's attached them to his backside.
Jury duty is incredible. I also, in contention for scenes for jury duty, was the video animation by the lawyer, and then the part where James Marsden helps the guy soak. Because holy crap, man. Jury duty is so funny.
And James Marsden, when he breaks the toilet.
And then James Marsden going, well, did you buy or did you rent Sonic? And he's like, well, it was on Hulu. He goes, man, if you'd have bought it, I'd have gotten $1.
Please check out Jury Duty on Amazon.
So funny. So funny.
If you all ever need a show recommendation, Bryan has been pretty great with me. There's only one show that he recommended that I haven't finished, but every other show, Bryan has been spot on with me.
Yeah, which that one show is Community, which is like one of the greatest shows of all time.
Why? I didn't name it for a reason. I don't want to upset our listeners.
I'm also going to give a strong recommendation at number 5 because it's a show not enough people have watched. And I will tell you how to watch it. And it's so funny. Number 10. You want to go first? You want me to go first? Who talks first? You talk first? I talk first?
You know what? I'll go first. Speaking of, I'm going to just roll out with my show that I think needs a big shout out that not many people know about. It's called Spaced. Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright, British BBC show. You can watch it on Freevee. I just like saying that, Freevee.
Which is how you watch Jury Duty, on Freevee through Amazon Prime.
Freevee. And it's also under the Roku channel. It lasted 2 seasons, but it's a British show, so it's not like the huge long 2 seasons. Think of like Netflix seasons. Currently on IMDb, it is an 8.5, which I gave it a 9. If you're a nerd who likes references, hey, Bryan, Mark, we fan, we do that, then you're going to love this show. The episode I loved that the comedic moment came from is titled Gone, season 2, episode 5. And you just see Simon Pegg and the main characters. There's a group of younger gang members who are ready to pick a fight with them. And, you just see the eyes looking at each other, looking at everybody, looking at everyone, and like, oh God, this is about to go down. And then all of a sudden a slow motion gunfight starts to happen. Think The Office, but it was before The Office, where everyone's just like, pew, pew, pew. And you have the music, like Matrix type music, and then it gets real dramatic and everybody falling to the ground. And then time kind of catches up and like a taxi pulls up and Simon Pegg's like, ooh, taxi, let's go quick. So that's how they get out of the fight, is just having like a slow motion gunfight, and it's hilarious. Please check out that show. Like I said, Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead.
So when you say think The Office, are we talking like threat level midnight The Office, that type of gunfight?
Yes.
Okay.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Not the one where they're just pulled guns on each other because there's been a murder in Savannah. Not that one.
I thought you would enjoy that reference.
I do understand that reference. We said on our very first episode, United We Fan, that Simon Pegg is our dream guest. So we need to figure out a way to make that happen.
I don't even care what we talk about with him.
I know. We'll talk about whatever he wants to.
We could talk about how he likes his eggs.
What kind of toothpaste he uses. I also don't have Fresh Prince or Home Improvement on my list, and I wanted to shout those out too.
We also need to clarify, we didn't do like In Living Color, Mad TV, or Saturday Night Live. We're going to save those for other episodes, so we do apologize if you're fans of those. Don't think we ignored them. There's tons of comedic genius moments there, but we're just doing more sitcoms. Another show that made my list was the Bernie Mac show. When I was thinking about it, I was like, oh my God, Bernie Mac's hilarious. And then I just forgot how many genius moments he had just sitting in his chair talking to the camera for his like cold opens. So Bernie Mac show. So
we did avoid SNL. We avoided a lot of that. I will say when we talk comedy television, I threw in at my number 10. I removed Jury Duty because, like I said, recency bias. And I put this one in there because it's the one I always come back to a couple times a year. And that's Whose Line Is It Anyway?
The game where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Specifically, there's a million things you can think of on that one, but the old Drew Carey version of Whose Line Is It Anyway, which I know isn't the original version of the show, but there's one where...
Hey, Cole. Yeah, Ryan. Here's a little riddle for you. All right. What kind of bird always says the name of our next band? Oh, I guess, tern? An Arctic tern? And what sound does an Arctic tern make? Backstreet Boys? That's wrong.
Well, why don't you tell us what's right?
I was thinking an owl. Oh, The Who is our next band on this series.
I'm going to go with that one for Whose Line because there's a million things you could choose from that show, and that's what I'm going to go with.
Love that show. I remember sick days being home from school and watching the really older one, the pre-Drew Carey one, watching that and also loving the Drew Carey one. Yes.
And the British one. They're all available, both the Drew Carey and the new Aisha Tyler ones. I think the show is actually ending. I think they're in their final season right now. They're available on Max.
Ooh, that's good to know.
Number 9.
I'm going to try to mix up favorites and then maybe not as well known. So for my next up, I'm going to go, we brought it up, New Girl. I'm going to go with my New Girl episode for the next one. Bryan, I have to go with the Prince episode. The title is called Prince, season 3, episode 14. It's called Meeting Prince, or called Prince. New Girl, it ran 7 seasons, 7.8 on IMDb, which, Bryan, I love my IMDb numbers. That's low for me. I gave it an 8. Emmy-nominated comedic show. It's on Hulu and Peacock. Nick, when Prince shows up when him and Jess are having a fight.
How rude of me. I haven't given you enough time to freak out yet. You may do so now.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
That whole episode is comedic gold, but right away, as soon as Prince gets there, even them sneaking into the party is hilarious. So the Prince episode on New Girl.
That is a good one. Hot take.
Feeling hot.
Jess and Nick's wedding is so underwhelming on that show. All right, cool. Not alone.
No.
My number 9. One of the longest running comedy shows and still running and going to be running forever is Always Sunny. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And the one where they go on Family Feud and they're asking,
Charlie?
Yeah.
Just need you to name an animal.
Yeah.
That we eat but doesn't eat us.
Doesn't eat us. That's easy. A dragon.
Charlie, do you eat dragon?
No, I don't eat dragon because it's not a meal for peasants. It's a meal for kings, and I'm sort of a common man. But they don't eat us. It's a misconception. They actually eat gold and treasure. That's why they're always sitting on a big pile of it.
Bad answer.
Bad answer.
Bad answer.
Bad answer.
That's a bad answer. Okay, show me dragon!
I told you. Oh my God.
and then we find out later in the episode that he's always the one answer because he did the survey in the mall, and that's why he keeps getting all of these 1-point answers. It is the funniest episode of one of the funniest shows that's ever been on television.
Bryan, this is going to be an episode where I'm glad we don't record and show our listeners
the
video
right?
of us. I'm laughing hysterically in the background. I'm muting my microphone several times. Brilliant choice.
Strong contention is when they're making Charlie's dating profile.
Tell you what, let me pop a quick H on this box. This way we all know it's filled with hornets. Okay?
Let's talk about your likes and dislikes. How about your favorite food? What would that be?
Oh, milk steak.
What?
Milk steak.
I'm not putting milk
Just
steak.
put steak. Just
I'm going to put
regular
steak.
steak and then
Don't
that way
put
it's
steak. Put milk steak. She'll know what it is.
No, she won't know what it is,
She'll
Charlie.
know
Nobody
what it
knows what
is.
that is. No. Okay, all right. What's your favorite hobby?
Magnets.
Okay, what? Like making magnets, collecting magnets, Playing with magnets?
Just magnets.
I'm gonna put snowboarding. We'll put snowboarding.
I don't really snowboard.
All right. What are some of your likes?
Ghouls.
Son of a bitch. What are you talking about now?
Funny little green ghouls.
What? Like in movies and cartoons? What?
Little green ghouls, buddy.
Don't write ghouls. I'm not. I'm putting travel.
Yeah, that show just got renewed for up to season 18.
Yeah, Rob McElhenney has said they've got a plan through season 36. Like, it's going after The Simpsons is what it's doing in a live action format.
Yeah, you can find that show on Hulu and FX. It's an 8.8 on IMDb, which I was blown away that it got such a high review. I'm happy about that. I gave it an 8.
You have to have a special like sense of humor for it. Like my wife, nothing. Like
No.
Always Sunny does not work because you have to be comfortable with people being complete idiots and jerks. And you have to be cool with a lot of other stuff.
How I described that show is a raunchier Seinfeld, I think is how I described it to people.
It's kind of fair, yeah. I don't hate that.
I'm going to stick with your Always Sunny pick. I went with season 6, episode 13, A Very Sunny Christmas. Yep. So it came down to 2 moments, either Frank coming out of the couch or the moment I'm going to go with, Charlie beats up Santa. We can't use a sound clip for it, and I'm sorry for the young listeners out there if you're listening. But yes, Charlie has a mental breakdown while talking to Santa about his mom, and he beats up Santa. So that is a regular Christmas viewing for me, is the Very Sunny Christmas.
Oh, man. Frank coming out of the couch.
Good for Danny DeVito, like, just giving that part his all.
He found a new lease on life with that role, man.
Yep.
Oh, so funny. All right, I'm going to shift gears from Always Sunny. I'm going to go with my number 8, The Good Place. And it's specifically when they're resetting the character of Janet because she's a humanoid, like Alexa brought to life, basically. But she has this failsafe when they go to reboot her that she begs for her life.
Chidi, I can see that you're worried, and I just want to assure you, I am not human, and I cannot feel pain.
Thank you. That helps.
However, I should warn you, I am programmed with a failsafe measure. As you approach the kill switch, I will begin to beg for my life. It's just there in case of an accidental shutdown, but it will seem very real.
Cool. So who's doing this, me or you?
Well, I think I have to. Being a bystander seems worse somehow. Okay, here we go.
Chidi, no! Chidi, please, don't hurt me. I don't want to die, please. Again, I am not human. I can't die. I am simply an anthropomorphized vessel of knowledge built to make your life easier.
Your pleading seems so real.
Oh yes, it is a very effective failsafe.
Ugh. You want a robot killed right, you have to do it yourself.
Eleanor, no, please, wait. Eleanor, I have kids. I have 3 beautiful children. Tyler, Emma, and little tiny baby Philip. Look at Tyler. Tyler has asthma, but he is battling it like a champ. Look at him. No, Eleanor, look at them. Look at them!
Oh, it's so realistic!
Eleanor, again, I'm not human. This is a stock photo of the crowd at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
I love The Good Place. I think it took a couple episodes to grow on me, but then once it had me, it had me.
I mean, I think most people are aware of the twist in the show, but we won't bring it up here. But Darcy Carden, who plays the character of Janet, is an absolute revelation on that show. She's incredible. The amount of different ways they ask her to portray that character. There's one episode where they go into Janet's void and she has to be all 4 of the main characters, and the way she nails all their mannerisms and everything else. Like Darcy Carden, I wanted her, like Tatiana Maslany was good, but I wanted Darcy Carden to be Jennifer Walters' She-Hulk. Like that's what I wanted. She's so good. And she was Bill Hader's nanny.
What?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've had this exact discussion on this podcast before.
I think we did, and I think I responded the same way.
But yeah, she was Bill Hader's nanny, and then he went to a play and found out, that's how he found out she was even an actress.
Well, I'm glad for that. You never know. It's a small world after all. I am going to go The Simpsons. You brought it up earlier with Always Sunny. I feel like you can't you got to have Simpsons on any kind of sitcom or TV show list. It's going to be celebrating 36 seasons next year. Like, wow. Emmy winner. It's on Disney Plus. It's currently at an 8.7, which I thought was low for The Simpsons. Kind of surprising. But I'm going to go with episode titled Springfield Files. Of course, it's when Mulder and Scully from the X-Files visit Springfield. And season 8, episode 10, Homer gets hooked up to a lie detector.
Now we're going to run a few tests. This is a simple lie detector. I'll ask you a few yes or no questions, and you just answer truthfully. Do you understand?
Yes.
I love Homer Simpson. He's definitely one of my favorite, dads characters. So, yep, season 8, episode 10, Homer, lie detector, Springfield Files.
And I apologize for only knowing these scenes that I wanted to talk about. I don't know dates and episodes, so I apologize. Next, number 7 for me, Brooklyn.
Nine! Hang on. All right. I had to come up with, everyone listening at home, I had to come up with 2 options just in case, because I knew Bryan and I were going to have this, just in case Bryan had the same one. All right, go, Bryan.
It's in our intro, man.
So, do you recognize any of these men?
I was hiding in the bathroom stall, so I didn't see his face, but I heard him. He was singing along to the music at the bar.
Do you remember what he was singing?
I think it was that song, I Want It That Way.
Backstreet Boys, I'm familiar. Okay. Number 1, could you please sing the opening to I Want It That Way?
Really? Okay. You are my fire.
Number 2, keep it going.
The one desire.
Number 3.
Believe when I say.
Number 4.
I want it that way.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Now number 5.
I never wanna hear you say, woo! I want it that way.
Oh, chills. Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother.
Oh my God, I forgot about that part.
It's the funniest scene from that show. And that show has plenty of scenes. And I've got a backup for this show too. I want to hear your 2, which one you choose, and the other one, because I might even have a 4th one for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But the Backstreet Boys lineup is the funniest scene from that show.
I think that's one of the best openings of a show
ever.
Yep.
So good. And that episode that it's a part of, it's near the end. It's the episode's called DFW. It's about Jake and his sister. Not a strong episode, but no. that scene carries it to a high rating.
So I had that one as my alternate just in case, but I'm going to also go Brooklyn Nine-Nine. 8 seasons, has an 8.4 on IMDb, which I'm happy about. It's on Peacock, but I'm going to go with The Box. So season 5, episode 14, guest star Sterling K. Brown. And it's mainly just Jake, Captain Holt.
Was that only episode? That was season 5?
Yep, episode 14.
Oh, Sterling K. Brown is the dentist, man. Oh.
So
he won an Emmy for that, didn't he? As a special guest?
He was nominated.
Okay.
He should have won. I laughed so hard when Jake's like, I have an approach.
There's got to be some way to break them.
Wait a minute. I just had an idea.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I really got to stop trying that. It never works.
So that is the one I'm going to go with.
That episode's amazing. Sterling K. Brown is so good in that episode. My other honorable mention for Brooklyn Nine-Nine is when they're trying to guess Captain Holt's reaction to a marshmallow.
The question is, who here does the best impression of Captain Raymond Holt? You will be judged on voice, body language, and overall lack of flair. Everyone will perform the same scenario. Captain Holt eating a marshmallow for the very first time. Let the Holt off begin!
What is this glutinous monstrosity before me?
The sugar in this is quite sweet.
That's your Holt impression?
I could hear him doing that.
Looks like a sticky pillow.
I don't care for it. Classical music.
What's going on here? What are you doing?
Captain, hey, nothing. Just eating some marshmallows. Care for one?
Marshmallow.
I
I knew it!
Number 6, I have How I Met Your Mother. I love that show. It hasn't aged as well because it ends very, very poorly. I have the ducky tie that Barney wears on that show, so it's always an easy Halloween costume, if nothing else. I am going with the time. It's in season 2 near the very end where Barney just gives all his wedding gifts to Lily and Marshall because of his appearance on The Price is Right. The entire Price is Right scene, because he thinks Bob Barker is his father because that's what his mother told him. The entire Price is Right scene is incredible. So good.
I forgot about that episode. That's a great one. The debate is always what show's better, Friends or How I Met Your Mother. I'm team Friends. So
I think Friends is more consistent in what it wanted to be.
Yeah.
But like, I will say the Joey and Rachel relationship is kind of like not as well thought out of as the end of How I Met Your Mother as well. But I might go How I Met Your Mother. I probably would, but like Friends is obviously just as good, but Friends was more consistent.
Yeah. Check out our Friends episode in our archives. Bryan and I did a deep dive, and we were there for you for that episode.
We did. Yeah. Frankie came on. He came on and discussed that. And we talked about the Thanksgiving episodes on their own special one as well.
We did. So we're big Friends fans. All right, friends, we're at the halfway mark. Seems like a good time for a sponsor commercial. Stay tuned for the top 5.
Is Disney World home to you? Realtor Victor Naraki can help make it a reality. Realtor Victor Naraki specializes in making your Disney home dreams come true. Second homes, investment home, retirement, relocation. With Victor's input, he will show you the home opportunities that you don't get to see as a tourist. Imagine being at the park in minutes, walking around the World Showcase for daily exercise, watching the fireworks in your own backyard, or having Disney Springs as your local mall. Have you ever heard of Windermere, Winter Garden, Horizon West, Dr. Phillips, Claremont, Lake Nona, or Disney's own Celebration and Golden Oak? Victor can introduce you to these communities, which are just minutes to the magic. Stop imagining a Disney life and start living your dream today. Call Victor at 407-340-9375. And don't forget to mention that you heard all about Victor here on Shipping Company Podcast Network. Head over to DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com and start living your magical life today.
Welcome back, listeners. Next up for me, I'm going to go Shrinking on Apple TV. Harrison Ford, Jason Segel, hilarious. I'm going to say now future Emmy winner. Hope for writing at least. Hopefully supporting actor. That's actually the one I really want. So one season working on season 2. Bryan, do we know when season 2 is coming?
No, we just know it's coming, but writer's strike. I don't think they've even started filming it.
Stupid writer's strike. By the way, I'm team writers. When I say stupid, I hate the man. That's who I hate in the situation. So currently at an 8 on IMDb. I think that's kind of low for the brilliance of the show, but it's fine. It's growing. It's new. It's baby. The episode I'm going to talk about is called Imposter Syndrome, season 1, episode 6. And I'm simply going to say Harrison Ford gets high. There's also parts of that episode where Harrison Ford mistakes what a phrase means that the younger people say. I'll let you guys watch the episode and look at that. But Harrison Ford just sitting on the couch, stoned, eating chips, hilarious. That man is wonderful. And of course, you can see him in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Actually, Bryan, I got a hot take.
Feeling hot.
Indiana Jones, the budget is astronomical. And I think that's one thing about like movies lately, or just huge budgets. And I think it makes unrealistic and unfair expectations for movies as much as far as they can gross in the pre-COVID world, or post-COVID world. Pre-COVID, yeah, sure, movies make billions of dollars. But now just with how much indie's making or how much it costs to make, I'm just tired of seeing articles about how it was a ballooned budget. It's not going to make that much. It's going to be another flop for Disney. It just breaks my heart. So I think movie studios need to start rethinking their budgets. Please go see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. But yeah, Shrinking, season 1, episode 6, Harrison Ford gets high.
I didn't call out Shrinking because I knew you had it, and I honestly couldn't peg down one scene from that show, so it's not on my list. Shrinking is so good. My number 5, this is what I said. I was going to bring a call to action. You guys need to watch it. It's available through Amazon Prime, both seasons. It's a show called Trial and Error. The very first season is about a northeastern lawyer that comes down to East Peck, South Carolina, to get John Lithgow off for being accused of his wife's murder throughout the first season. The second season is about Kristen Chenoweth and her trial. Trial and Error, the very beginning, John Lithgow, the way he plays this role of this aloof old man.
911, what's your emergency?
It's my wife. There's blood everywhere. I think she might be dead.
Okay, sir.
You need to send an ambulance right away. Oh, call waiting. I'm so sorry. I need to grab that.
Sir?
It's the cable company. I've been waiting for them all day. They're impossible to pin down. But my wife is genuinely injured, maybe dead. I just really need to take this. Yes, hello. I was promised someone would be here between 12 and 5.
Still 911.
Oh.
Watch Trial and Error on Amazon Prime. It is legitimately in my top 5 of comedy television shows of all time. It is such a funny show. I wanted to catch on. It was on NBC 5 or 6 years ago at this point. It has a cult following, and I am very much part of that cult following. I promise if you watch Trial and Error on Amazon Prime, you will not be disappointed.
Not to be confused with the Michael Richards, Jeff Daniels Try and Error movie.
No,
so
they're not the same.
Oh, yeah, another show. I feel like every time you bring up an honorable mention or something like that, I remember another one. Another one was a show called Episodes. It has Matt LeBlanc in it. It's hilarious. Check it out. That one had a lot of laugh out loud moments that I thought about. So for me, next up is going to be 30 Rock. You can watch it on Peacock and Hulu. It went 7 seasons. It's at an 8.3 on IMDb, which I'm good with. It is an Emmy winner. The episode I'm talking about is called Black Tie, season 1, episode 12. Paul Rubens plays a foreign royalty visitor, and one of the main characters tries to romance him so that she can become royalty.
Oh my kitchen. You are exquisite!
And also you got Tina Fey and Alec Baldwin in the background having some awkward, they're friends, but he needs her to pretend to be relationship scenes. But Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, Mystery Men, hilarious in that. Check out 30 Rock. Tons of great one-liners.
30 Rock is I'm lacking it in my pop culture reference repertoire. Like, I just never got into it. I don't know what it is. I just can't get into it for some reason. I don't know why. I need to try it again.
So that might be your community for me then?
It might be.
Ooh.
My number 4 is Parks and Rec. There's many different ones from Parks and Rec. Honorable mention in Parks and Rec is when Patton Oswalt does his filibuster about Star Wars Episode 7.
This will be our link to the Marvel Universe from the Star Wars Universe.
Another one is when they come onto the ice and on the red carpet, but it's not long enough, so they all fall down.
I laugh so hard at that.
I'm going to go with the episode where they drink the snake juice and they all get just completely obliterated. And it's the gif of Ron wearing the New Year's party hat dancing. And Ben just comes on the screen. He's like, Baba Booey. So funny.
I'm glad you picked that episode. I'm also glad you picked that show. I knew you were going to pick it, so that's why I didn't. So thank you. Thank you. You know me, I always make reference to when everyone's freaking out about little Sebastian and the camera goes back to Ben. And he's like, yeah, great. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So
we bring that up specifically when we're talking about Stitch. We're both on the same wavelength there.
Bryan, stop getting me in trouble with our new Disney friends. Yes.
I think there's more of us anti-Stitch people out there than we're giving credit.
I don't get I'm glad people enjoy Stitch. It brings them happiness. I think Lilo and Stitch is a very entertaining movie, but I don't get why people love that character as much as they do. And the live action movie, I don't think it's going to go that well. So
none of them do.
No. Little Mermaid's doing okay.
It's at half a billion.
Yeah. Little Mermaid's doing okay. For me, next up, I'm going to go Modern Family. Emmy winner. Went 11 seasons. 8.5 on IMDb, which I'm good with. And you can watch it on Hulu. The one I'm going to go with is called Brushes with Celebrity. Season 9, episode 8. Phil Dunphy is one of my favorite TV show characters. And in this episode, he's having some medical issues, but he also has to show a house to Chris Martin of Coldplay. He even wears fancy jeans that Chris Martin appreciates. Good on Chris Martin for having a great time and laughing at himself.
You've been looking for your own special space, somewhere you can call your resting place. You've been looking for your kids and your spouse. It's time to buy yourself a Dunphy house. Oh, Dunphy, Dunphy, Dunphy. They're affordable and comfy, comfy, comfy.
I can't believe he's actually making it work.
Please check it out. Modern Family is one of my favorite shows.
Modern Family is I just couldn't think of a scene, one individual scene. The closest I came to with Modern Family is the one. I think it's the first season where it's the Godfather scene and Luke goes around and he shoots the balloons out in front of the sign and he cuts the zebra head off of the stuffed animal. Oh my gosh, that one's so funny. Modern Family. And then there's the one where they're at the Vietnamese restaurant and Lily's like, I hate Vietnam, and everybody keeps walking around and they're saying the worst possible thing for the people that are at the table at that moment in time. Most of our friends are white and then there's a black couple behind them. It's just so funny.
Highly recommend Modern Family.
My number 3 is Ted Lasso and the red string scene.
Yeah, well, that was Roy's idea. But I'm pretty sure the thought behind it is that it is nearly impossible to not be fully aware of what your teammate's doing when you all got a rope tied around your ding-dongs. All right about that, Roy?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, great. So we're going to get after this right now. Going to do a full scrimmage at half speed. And I don't want to see them strings get too loose. And I'll leave it up to y'all to make sure they don't get too tight.
Do not leave my side.
Shall we?
Come on, let's move! Figure it out! This is what we're doing!
Oh, God, that episode, it's truly amazing when something can be comedic and extremely painful to watch. So
I was not worried about recency bias with Ted Lasso. It is a top 3 comedy television show for me of all time.
Definitely. Okay. Wow, we're down to our last 2. So for me, I'm gonna go Friends. We brought it up. Gonna go Friends. 10 seasons on HBO. It's an Emmy winner. 8.9 on IMDb. I think I gave it a 10 just because I love the show so much, but I'd understand an 8.9. The one I'm gonna go with, the one with the embryos.
What was Monica's nickname when she was a field hockey goalie? Big fat goalie. Correct. Rachel claims this is her favorite movie. Dangerous Liaisons. Correct. Her actual favorite movie is...
Weekend at Bernie's.
Correct. In what part of her body did Monica get a pencil stuck at age 14? Oh! Ew, no! Her ear! All right, Monica categorizes her towels. How many categories are there?
Everyday use, fancy, guest, fancy guest.
2 seconds.
11?
11, unbelievable. 11 is correct. What is Joey's favorite food?
Sandwiches.
Correct. Chandler was how old when he first touched a girl's breast?
14?
No, 19.
Thanks, man.
Joey had an imaginary childhood friend. His name was...
Maurice.
Correct. His profession was...
Oh, Space Cowboy.
Correct. What is Chandler Bing's job?
Oh, gosh. This has something to do with numbers and processing. Well, and he carries a briefcase.
10 seconds. You need this or you lose the game.
It has something to do with transponding. Oh, he's a transponster. That's not even a word. Oh, no, I can get this. Oh, my
When I considered Friends, it was either that one or it was you could drink the fat. Like, that was the other one. Look at me, I'm Chandler. Could I be wearing any more clothes? Like,
that one's good. And then also Ross's leather pants. Ross, it's really not, it's not that bad. You're still going great. Look at me. But yes, Friends, man. Number 2.
My number 2, like I said, if I did all top 10 moments, I would have only really included my final 2 shows that we're going to talk about probably. My number 2 is from The Office, and it is Dwight's fire drill.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm! Wait. Everybody calm down! No, Michael, no! Remember your exit points. Exit points, people. What's next? Huh?
Stay alive, I'm getting help!
Pull me up!
You're too heavy!
I only weigh 82 pounds! Save Bandit!
How about 911? Anyone? 911?
In that entire episode is so funny because that's the Boom Roasted episode. Like, all of that. That's when Dwight cuts the head off of the dummy. Just everything. But that opening scene with the fire drill and ending with Stanley having a heart attack is it, dude. I have never laughed so hard at the first time I saw anything, including the Backstreet Boys Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, they're both cold opens. They're both like on the Mount Rushmore of cold opens for any television show. The fire drill scene.
And check out our Office episode. My niece did roast us for not remembering things quite as accurately when we did it.
I don't think we got a lot wrong. We just missed a lot.
Yeah, we did. Like,
I mean, it was 2 hours long. We did what we could.
I think The Office, I thought about it. I was really close, but I knew you needed the honors for that one. I thought about when Jim and Pam were pranking Dwight and they replaced Jim with an actor friend. And Dwight's just freaking out, and he even knows the passcode for the phone. And he goes, "Oh yeah, then who's in this picture?" And Bryan, who's the actor?
It is Jimmy Woo, Randall Park from Fresh Off the Boat. He plays Jimmy Woo in the MCU.
So hopefully people now understand those memes when they see them, when they go, "I don't know why you guys are saying that. That's Jim from The Office." So hopefully people get that reference now.
Or number 1, Mark. Any
Number
honorable
1,
mentions before we get to number 1? Any more that you thought of?
No, I think I got most of mine out there with like Bernie Mac episodes, South Park, Arrested Development, Big Bang Theory. So
my last honorable mention is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where Carlton is trying to prank Will, like with Lisa, and then Will ends up telling Carlton that he killed Lisa because she had tied him to a chair, and Carlton freaks out, runs all around the set. He even runs into the studio audience, and they kept the entire thing filming. Like, it is just so funny.
I laugh every time Uncle Phil throws DJ Jazzy Jeff out the door. Yeah. I laugh every time at that. So
that and the one where Uncle Phil hustles on the pool table. I love that one too.
Yep. That's a good one. So for number 1, I'm going to go a classic Emmy winner. It's I Love Lucy. Now, I know I've been saying how many seasons a show ran, but times were different for that one. That show ran 181 episodes. So good on them. It's an 8.5 on IMDb, which is way too low for this Emmy winner. You can watch it on Paramount Plus. I'm going to go with season 1, episode 30. Like I said, times were different. Season 1, episode 30, where Lucy does a TV commercial for the Vita Mita Vegemin.
Hello, friends. I'm your Vita Mita Vegemin girl. Are you tired, run down, listless? Do you poop out at parties? Are you unpopular? The answer to all your problems is in this little bottle. Vita Mita Vegemin milk. All you have to do is take a big tablespoonful after every meal.
That whole spiel she does, and when the director gives her directions on what to try, take a sip, and her reactions to it is acting lessons 101 right there for comedic monologuing. That had to be on my list. I Love Lucy.
I figured it would be that or the chocolate conveyor belt.
So I looked at that one, but just that scene with her, just such comedic gold.
Yeah.
Vitamita Vegemin.
Very,
and of course,
funny.
I'm not gonna lie, when I had to write out Vitamita Vegemin, I guess it never dawned on me. It's Vita, meat, Vegemin. It, like, now I get it. It has all that stuff in it. That's why you drink it. Okay.
You just figured that out?
I didn't realize it was, I knew it had meat and Vita. When you look at the word, you go, oh my God, no wonder that tasted awful. It's kind of like the truffle that Rachel makes on the Thanksgiving episode.
It's a trifle. It's got all of these layers. First, there's a layer of ladyfingers, then a layer of jam, then custard, which I made from scratch. Then raspberries, more ladyfingers, then beef sauteed with peas and onions, more custard, and then bananas, and then I just put some whipped cream on top.
How did we forget that one? Oh my God, the Brad Pitt Thanksgiving episode.
Oh, yams. My number one comedy television scene of all time is, you may need a little context for it, at least for who the characters are. You definitely need a little context for it to understand why somebody gets shot in the leg. But it's Community, and it's season 3, episode 4. Premise of the episode is Abed and Troy moved into their new apartment. There's 7 people around the table. The pizza comes. Nobody wants to go get it. So Jeff rolls a dice. And depending on what number it lands on, 1 through 6, is the different timeline that we watch play out, which is why Abed's not comfortable, because once it goes in the air, you're creating 6 different timelines. So you see what would have happened if the dice landed on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Well, it lands on 1 for this one, and Troy has to go down to get the pizza. We learned earlier in the episode that Annie has a gun in her purse because Troy's like,
guys? What does a pregnancy test look like?
No, it's like a thin piece of plastic with a thing on the end of it.
Okay, so this is definitely a gun.
Whoa! Yeah, put that away.
So we learned she has a gun in her purse. Anyway, you've seen the GIF online. Pierce gets shot in the leg, squirts Shirley with all the blood. Jeff is spinning a pair of pants that are on fire. Troy comes back with the pizza box and then sees that the Norwegian troll that he was given as a housewarming gift, he thinks is the cause of the entire fire. And it's the chaos GIF. You've seen it a million times online. And Troy's face when he comes back in with the pizza and everything's on fire. If it's just the funniest. It's the funniest episode of any comedy television show, and that's the best scene in the show. So funny.
I definitely use that GIF all the time. I thought about just skipping to that episode, but I figure I had to earn.
You can earn it if you want to, but if you skip right to it, I think you're going to want to go back and watch the rest of the show. Like, that episode is incredible. Only other one in contention, well, I mean, Community I could do a top 10 list on Community alone, but there's the other one where Abed he's taking the class on Nicolas Cage, and is he good or bad? And he goes, Abed, how much Nicolas Cage did you watch? And he snaps, enough. And then he does his Nicolas Cage impersonation. So funny. But yes, Remedial Chaos Theory and Troy and the apartment on fire. That is the funniest comedy television show scene of all time.
Yep. And there's our top 10. Mine, just to review the list: Friends, I Love Lucy, New Girl, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Spaced, Simpsons, Shrinking, Modern Family, 30 Rock, and It's Always Sunny. So,
yep, I had The Office, Community, Ted Lasso, Parks and Rec, Trial and Error, watch it on Amazon Prime. Jury Duty, watch it on Amazon Prime. How I Met Your Mother, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Good Place, Always Sunny, and Whose Line Is It Anyway?
all right, fans. Well, that concludes this episode of United We Fan, the podcast on the Chip and Company Podcast Network. Thank you for uniting with us. If you'd like to get in touch or stay up to date with the show, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'd love to hear from you, and you can also find out, just some fun facts or instant thoughts from us. Till we unite again, fans, the powder and the lotion, remember, they form a paste.
But what color is it?
Leslie, I typed your symptoms into the thing up here, and it says you could have network connectivity problems.
Hey guys, Diz Life Mark here, and I want to tell you all about the official travel partner here at Chip & Company. Let our good friend Sarah at Destination to Travel help you plan your next Disney vacation. Sarah specializes in planning dream vacations for your family. She's an authorized Disney vacation planner, and she can help with every step of your magical vacation. The best thing is that her services are 100% free. Want to travel beyond Disney? Sarah has you covered there too. Want to find out more? Fill out a trip request form over at the website at Chip & Co. or email her directly at sarahsolberg@d2travel.com. Start planning that dream vacation today. Email her at sarahsolberg@d2travel.com.